because I liked it so much.
Third time's the charm. Welcome,
No.
everybody, to Battle Pirates Crib. We're going to talk about Bounty 39, the CM Diary, and surprisingly, we're going to be talking, I think, a little bit about a repeat TLC that might be of use to everybody. And this is the new and improved 2021 Battle Pirates Crib, where everything is fixed. And thank goodness. So let's say hello to everybody. The Saint.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. Two Doors.
Wait, the game's still around? I thought it died with the removal of Flash.
Yeah. When are they going to migrate? No. Well, Flash is actually, the kill switch is not till January 12th.
Oh, so we got like 2 more weeks of the game, and then the game's done. It's over. Pack it up, boys.
Well, for those people that haven't been watching the show or paying attention to anything else, so yeah. But I think even with people with not the top end computers or internet connections, because you usually have the dodgiest internet connection of because you're still satellite, right?
Yes, but there has been a marked improvement in the past few months.
In regards to your internet connection or your use of HTML5?
Internet connection.
Okay. Okay. What, are you still on Flash?
Well, I play Flash just because it was comforting. It was a thing that I knew, and it booted up faster. For me. Your mileage may vary.
Okay. So are you using HTML5 yet or no?
I mean, gonna have to, so.
Okay.
Well get used to it.
Okay. All right. And Magic Mike?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Okay. Happy New Year to you as well. And Derpy, still with the Santa garb on. How are you?
Yeah, I have it on already for Christmas. 360 days away.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking party hat, at the same Johnny angle that you have your Santa cap on. So, but oh well. And TSM.
Hey guys, how you doing? All right.
Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing what we do. Yeah. It's I talked to the Saint earlier. He's a day ahead, and he said that everything's not fixed.
Everything is fine in
Yeah.
All the computers didn't crash.
No, everything is good. Coronavirus is gone.
Yep.
All right.
Well, peace ensued.
Yep.
Oh, good. They fixed the simulation.
Alrighty. Well, let's get the 21. Well, Derpy, has the 2021 glasses, but TSM's the one that has the glasses on his avatar. So
the all-seeing eye, yeah.
Yeah. So
let me see what I can do about that.
Okay. All right. Well, just make sure you're not gone too long in case I bring up the yoga pants again.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's move along to the calendar. I think we can skip bug fixes, no matter how ridiculous they might have been. All right. This is this new calendar on the left was part of the CM Diary. Next week is Pillage, the January raid strategy guide for Death Before Dishonor. We also get the January Designer Diary, the January contest, which we'll talk about later. And I don't know what stat compression to be Canadian means. It's
stat compression.
Stat compression.
What are they? Are they taking a zero off everything again?
You took it right away from me. I was going to say taking a zero off the end.
3 would be good.
Yeah, that's common.
Yeah, if they're doing that would be one good thing. I would hope they would get a lot of player feedback before they eliminate stuff out of the stat block they decide we don't need anymore. because I think certain things should be in there, and certain things, I could see it both ways. But yeah, just dropping 3 zeros or maybe 6 off of things would be helpful.
I deal 1 damage.
Well,
Just
that's where
turn millions to thousands. That's all it needs to be. Millions to those. There you go. Take it. Just take the most stupid zeros off.
Just chop some zeros. It's fine.
Yeah. So taking 6 zeros off. So that's yeah. Why not both? Yeah, I could see. Yeah. So they didn't provide any details that I saw in the CM diary associated with what that meant. So I guess it's one of those things we just need to wait a couple weeks for. The January FM new prizes. I guess it's going to be. Is it already the armors for the next cycle? The XP weekend, January Art Showcase on the 18th. Oh no! This is wrong. January Bounty PVE Hall calendar monthly check-in. January CM diary. They promised, because they never delivered the December PVE Hall calendar, that it would come after the holidays. So I'm hoping this comes in the week of January 4th, not at the end of January, because I don't know. I forget which click it is, but let's give us one click.
Yeah, we need it the first week, really, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, they both came up at the same time, because the issue I was just talking about was the skirmish TLC, the one for the Ronin, so you could actually use the Ronins, which are quite powerful. You might not want to be upgrading your flagship or whatnot and do something else during that period of time. If you want to have your Ronins at, I don't even know if you need to have them at full strength, based on my knowledge of that. But it would be good to know when that's going to happen, so players aren't stuck in a 10-day upgrade and completely miss the opportunity to do this TLC, which we've talked about so many times.
GSM, you did that campaign with your Ronins, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, mate. I managed to get through it, no problem at all. Although saying that, I had they were U2, so they had obviously a good 50% reload as well, which or concussive damage, sorry. So they were doing it fine, no problem at all.
Yeah,
I got all the way through, no problems.
U2. Yeah.
So they could be seen but not heard, or they could be seen but not shot at by most weapons, or what
I
was
managed to. Yeah, I did each round with a in-base fix. I did a video, an in-base fix each time.
Okay.
Driving, obviously, not auto, but
Yeah. Because the clouds still impacted you.
no, I didn't go through the clouds, I must admit, but somebody did afterwards, because I put that on a comment on the TFC page, and they said, yeah, they went and tested it for me, and said they were taking damage. They went and sat in a cloud, and the Ronin was taking damage.
Okay. Alrighty. So you still need to pay attention to those. The other thing I was going to bring up was, I teased earlier, was in the next raid, we're going to get Ronin X1 upgrades, and we're going to get a weapon for the Everest, another mortar. We already have the Icefall, which is the 9.0 version. I'm assuming this is the 9.5. I'm expecting, based on the last year or two, just straight up power creep, not really anything.
10% higher damage.
They're kicking the arse out of this hole, aren't they?
10% higher damage.
15. I was going 15, but 10. I could agree with 10, but yeah.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, but you're able to get in the high ground TLC, which you can auto as long as you're for in-base repair at every level, or you can just auto the whole thing and then do several of them and then repair overnight. If you aren't maxed on both your normal Everest and your Cloudbreaker Everest, it'd be a good idea to get these tokens, so this becomes a free, time free upgrade. So recommend if you're less than maxed. But the other question that we do not know is this going to be a limited thing where we get 5 of them, 10 of them, or is this going to be like the Icefall, a non-limited blueprint? I have this aching feeling it's going to be a limited blueprint.
Yeah, it'll stack out over the January FM then, won't it? It'll be getting bits at a time, I reckon. Otherwise, what else are going to sell you?
Or in Pillage.
Offer you, sorry. Not sale. Offer is the word, not sale.
The time load. Yeah, they could be doing that as well. I don't know. Is there anything else on the calendar that anybody thinks that we should be discussing?
No, the only thing I don't like is still don't like the format of their calendar. I still think they can improve. I prefer Derpy's much better, and his new avatar as well.
Yes. I just upgraded the glasses.
Go respect.
Yes, it's quite fetching. Are there going to be coffee mugs and T-shirts for these?
Oh no, probably not.
Okay.
I actually got given changing the subject. I actually got given a TSM coaster for Christmas. There you go. My son made one for me. That was nice of him. It's really nice. I was quite surprised. I'm looking at it now. Must have got it on eBay or something. I don't know where he got it from, but it looks quite cool. Little thing.
Well, very good. Yeah. Look at diversifying, Derpy. The toaster is. Coaster, yeah, a toaster would be a whole different thing. The coaster seems
the average,
like.
What is it? The average age of a player for BP's 45, 46. So there you go, a coaster for a cup of coffee or a couple of shorts.
Yeah, it's not a cup of coffee.
So, alrighty. I think we've covered the calendar, and now I think we're going to go on to the next month's contest. It's time to celebrate the new year. 2021 marks 10 years of Battle Pass. I don't think that math is right. A decade of piracy. Yeah, it's aging closer to 11. A decade of piracy, community, and one of the greatest Facebook games ever. To kick off the new
self-proclaimed.
Well, it's been one of the most profitable ones, so it really depends on your perspective on this one.
Because we're all idiots, that's why.
I'm glad you said it.
Well, I am anyway.
Yeah. So what is the greatest Facebook game ever?
Candy Crush.
Oh,
Farmville.
Actual game. You know, I was about to say Farmville, honestly. Might even be more profitable than it. It spawned and revolutionized the genre.
Yes. To kick off the new year.
Time for a bit of Google. Go on, keep going.
To kick off the new year, we want to hear your Battle Pirate story. We know people have forged powerful friendships, met significant others, and gone through hell and back in their lives while playing in the game. We owe everything to this incredible community, and we want to share your stories. Keep an eye out for the contest later this month.
You're telling me Liam's coming back with his wife?
I think Lady Cat has a story about significant others in hell and back.
Yeah. I have. Yeah, I'm sure that they would. The mods would delete my story. So it's. This is. I'm not sure that they knew what they were signing up for with this. So I'm fascinated to read them. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be participating because that would be So I don't know. I think Ben's got a good story out there. He's in chat. He met his wife through the game, and I think that's more what they want to hear than the story that probably other people might tell. So, but it will be. It should be interesting reading at the very least. So, anybody else have any comments on the January contest?
Mine would be pretty damn boring, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You just let me on these shows, and now I'm here.
Lady Cat's already won it. I must admit, I have to say, I'd be interested to see which direction they're taking. So, anyway, Battle Pirates is game number 52 in the last 10 years. Okay, on Facebook. So.
In terms of what?
Yeah, does it say out of how many?
Out of 100, out of the top 100 rated games on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Rated games, mine.
Oh, rated.
Oh, rated.
So
Okay,
this is how many stars we get.
Candy Crush is first. So there we go.
Thank you. That's see, I told you.
I mean,
And
Candy
I have
Crush
never
is
spent
fun.
a single penny on Candy Crush. Not a single penny.
Do you know what? Go by.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
TSM has not spent a single penny on Battle Pirates.
That's not true.
TSM's monitor just broke because of his nose grew through it. Could you read the top five?
He's not spent a single penny. He's pounds and
Not a single.
Pounds
Right.
and pences? Yes.
Yeah.
Not set a single dollar. There you go.
There you go.
not a one.
They've been multiple. They've been multiples, right? You can't do just one.
Yeah. Excuse me, good sir. I don't know, Will Harbin. I have a single dollar for you. He's like,
I must
That's a long way.
I must admit, a couple of years ago, I looked at how much I spent, and I fell on the floor and said, "No, never again."
I worked it out, I must admit, and actually, I worked it out to be £1 a day, roughly, at one stage.
That's
I
not
thought-
awful. That's not awful.
Is this your weight loss or your?
I worked it out. I worked it
wasn't
out
gonna say it.
just out of interest because I was talking to Lady Cat about it, and yeah, £1 a day is what I spent last year. So that's not bad. What do you think?
Is that what, like $1.30 something?
Yeah, about $1.20, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah,
so.
$1.20. Yeah, that's not bad to have a good time.
okay, so that's like
So it's $35 a month. That's not bad. I mean, you spend. I'd probably waste that much in a grocery store just walking in and walking out and stuff I didn't need.
So I did it last year. Did the 3,000 coins for $90 thing every 3 months. That's what I did basically.
There you go.
Oh,
Which sounds like a huge amount, but because I was like, oh god, I can press that button. But actually, based over a 3-month window, it's $1 a day, isn't it? So
Yeah. All I spend anymore is for the upgrade at the DX1.
Party like
I don't want to mess.
$19.99.
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
spend anymore. Yep.
anyway, it is entertaining.
Anyway,
that's-
I'll shut up.
Okay. Yeah, there have been some 99 cents off for a limited, or was it like $1 to get 50 gold, but you could only claim it twice, and then after you claimed it twice, you couldn't get it anymore. And I think they've
Where's the New Year sales? We haven't got New Year sales up, have we? I haven't seen any New Year's sales this time.
I just click the X button whenever I get up there.
You're not tempted.
No, I've got 1,000 gold in my account, and it hasn't gone below that in a year.
Check you.
Okay. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to reading them, but I don't think I'm actually going to post anything. But I mean, I don't know why they're not. The idea that we presented 3 or 4 months ago, I think is a great idea for a contest, and hopefully they do it where we have the Ronin, the Shakiro, the Bushido, all of these things. Let the players come up with their own flagship, the specials, the weapons, and come up with names for them that are equally sort of, smartly connected and whatnot. I think that would be a great contest. It's all these Photoshop contest, and then some just I don't even know what the word for at least my essay would be. I mean, it could be it feels like it might be a Tarantino movie screenplay.
Tour de force.
Yes.
I mean, really, someone could, I don't know, make some weird. It's about a real person, so you can't really call it fan fiction. But I don't know, if they try to make themselves be the most interesting man in the world from Dos Equis, but also battle pirates.
Yeah, you could make them semi-fiction, historical fiction.
Yeah, just go all in on the nonsense that you have to like. That the town's mayoral election will be decided by PvP with megas, and you know the only way to save your town from I don't know. Okay, not that. I was going to say an outbreak, but no.
I was sure I was going to use supple thighs at least 3 times in the in my story. So
in
that's
your
probably
story.
yeah, my story.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's the word. Penthouse letter.
Yes. So, all right. We've talked about the TLC. We
Why did they
haven't.
let me on this place?
We haven't. We haven't brought up Bounty. Is
anybody doing it?
well, I know
Oh,
Derpy.
I got my 12.5.
Oh, Derpy always does.
I got 13,000 points.
Okay.
And I got my Harrower tokens, and that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah, finished my stuff. Yeah, I got the new armors. So.
I didn't even. They're not good enough for me to bother.
There's nothing else to do, so I did it. I did the 112 for free, just kept messing around with some T8 hulls. It's quite good. It was instant fix on the sea, so I did a few of them.
Okay. And so you were grinding out the 97s or the 94s? I forget because I'm not doing it, Derpy. Which
I hit half a dozen 94s. Or 97s, excuse me. Half a dozen 94s.
And that's all you needed to do?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. And TSM, you think that for you, was that the best path?
Me, I was just hitting the 121. That's what I was hitting with the long range mortar chucker thingies coming with
Basilisk,
and
well, I don't have one that's U2, so I wasn't doing those.
I had a Basilisk, and then obviously just one Hellhound just to sit out in
Hellhound? You're using Hellhound?
No. It was a Hellhound and something else. Was it Hellhound?
Hellswarm?
Hellswarm.
No, it wasn't that either. Was it? Oh yeah, one Hellswarm.
Better not be a Hellwraith.
It was a swarm. So just to take this, there's 2 piranhas in there, isn't it? Basically, so stuck that out in front. And then let the ships. Yeah, and then let the mortars kill the piranhas. So, and then everything else was just taken out the long range mortar ships. So.
Okay. But
did it in just managed to get down to do it in the time frame for before it timed out. So
okay, at least we know he's starting with the age.
Still, yeah. I thought you can go in. And last time I was doing the and it's a good target, which is the 119, where you can go in there for it was like a coin a go for doing that, and you were getting 3,000 to 4,000 points. But yeah, okay, great, fantastic. But there's no real challenge then. It's just blitz and go in there with a speed creep. So this was just a bit more fun. I had plenty of time, so I thought, right, I'll do it this way instead. So yeah, use some older hulls, which is good fun, I thought.
Okay. Cougar hulls. Is that what we're going to call them?
Cougar hulls. Slightly dated, but still look quite fashionable.
Yes.
Still works.
All right.
Well, that's a textbook answer, or the default answer. No Google search, maybe. I don't know.
yeah. You can Google that one, Derpy.
Oh God, the Tsundere and the Yandere hills. Oh no.
Yes. The other thing that I guess we were talking about on the last show is the direction people are going with their. It seemed pretty simple until you watched a few videos. Is the build on the Ronin? I assume most people are going with the Liberty Belt plus everything that was prescribed for us. The ones that were specifically produced for this haul.
That's what I'm doing.
That's the way I'm going. Yep.
Okay. So
I don't remember. I'm just logging in now. Can't remember, to be honest. I think so.
Yeah, and then 2 of the cormorants.
I've only gone with 2, 4, 6 in total. That's what I've gone with. cormorants.
Okay.
So where's my hull? I'm trying to think now. The last one's upgrading to U3 at the moment. Hang on, let's have a look in the shipyard. So yeah, Liberty Belt. Yeah, that's why I went with it. But I've gone with 3 CT armors and 1 X armor, and two cormorants on 2 of them, and 1 cormorant, and then one of the other standard torpedoes on the other 2.
Interesting. Because the video I was alluding to was somebody that was running, like I said, I brought this up before, not sure it's going to work. I'm not building to this. And it's sort of somebody using Hyper 30 instead of the Shakura splash shield. And was it U1 and during VXP weekend? And they were taking no concussive damage.
Yeah, if you drive everything and you go,
but it wasn't even like it wasn't because if you watch the video, it was even if he was missing on the splash shields, the cormorants were still shooting down the torpedoes. But again, I don't expect that to work.
No, they might tweak it's a possibility they tweak the cormorants
or tweak the weapons. Yeah, one or the other. I don't know. But at that video during VXP weekend, that's what was going on.
I mean, basically what I saw, I think these subs are fast enough as they are, and I know you do get a little bit extra. I mean, you get what 20%.
Projectile speed is the issue.
But it's only 30%.
Yeah, 30 plus the number 10. But if it gives it just another chance to fire a second time,
understood. Now got that. Yeah, and we don't know. That's.
Yeah.
Unknowns, isn't it?
That's completely what I'm saying. We don't know what we're going to see as a final product. That's why I'm not going for that build. But the build looked very powerful in regards to the ability to stop to stop torpedoes, even if you were not aligned with your side shields. So that was. Have you seen this one, TSM?
No, I haven't seen that video. No, I must admit.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, okay, if you wouldn't mind. So I'm just interested this time though. Around, it's interesting. There's no evade upgrades at all in any of the U1, 2, or 3. So, whilst the that splash shield has got a 35 as opposed to a 30 evade bonus. Don't know how much that's really important, to be honest. Although evade does generally help when incoming torpedoes, but we don't know what their percentage of strike rate is for their torpedoes. They never tell us. So, I mean, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I was assuming, but I could be wrong. I was assuming it was associated with the projectile speed because when they made the transformation of the cormorant to be less like the missile defense system and more like the Gale, where it can not tag incoming projectiles and fire multiple times. I'm assuming that was part of it, but I do not know. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I'll send you the video so you can.
Yeah,
because
if you look at projectile speed, then you go HVR instead, though, wouldn't you? Because that's 110%. If you're not worried about.
Yeah, I mean, some people are doing that instead of the critical special.
Yeah. I was just looking at that myself. Because the damn things are so powerful anyway.
And you can even
the crit's pretty high level, isn't it? I mean, critical chance. What do we got here? Once you get to U3 again, get another plus 35% on critical chance. So maybe have a look at one of my ones I've finished at U3. Hang on, let's have a quick look. Ronin. U3.
Has anybody else noticed in your stat block, even if you use the special with the critical chance and the critical damage, that the critical damage doesn't show up in your stat block?
It's not there.
Yeah, that was something that was apparently bugged. It isn't showing up right now.
It should be. Yeah.
Maybe I'll submit.
Oh, yeah, no, it is. It's there now. Torpedo critical chance, 75%. It says.
Yeah, mine's showing that.
Yeah,
it's the damage that doesn't show up.
Critical damage. It's not there.
It's not showing the critical damage though. No, just a chance.
It's never shown the critical damage, has it?
I'm fairly sure it has.
I think it. I think it has if you've had something that isn't the norm. Like if you used one that gave you 125, I think it used
Yeah,
to show.
that's what I've got.
I'm not sure it did actually. That's a good point.
Hmm.
Have a look at an old hull. Have I got any?
The damage gets adjusted with all the damage percentage increases, but I don't think it's ever shown the critical chance.
I think
damage.
you're right. I think
I thought I had shown both of them.
No, I think that's just a set piece of math, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing a couple of Ren's videos, and he's just basically verbalized it and not actually shown it.
Because you obviously only get that when you actually do get the crit.
When the crit, yeah, so it's a percentage of crit, and then of that crit, obviously, then you'll get the number.
The 160 or whatever it is on this particular special.
Yeah, on this one, yeah. I'm just looking for an old sub. What have I got here? Oh, Ghost Crawler still. Oh, is it? What's that thing? That's a Fangtooth.
Well, if it was a UI error that they had somehow knocked it off based off the update, it wouldn't be knocked off the old ones as well.
Yeah, but I might look at an old Fangtooth video. So on the Fangtooth hull, it's not there. Let me just mute my mic. I'll go look at a Fangtooth.
Yeah. Well,
but it's sort of a minor point. We assume that it works. It's just something that's not showing up in the stat block.
You definitely want it to be working, because if you're at U3, you've got 75% chance. So you've
plus your one from your R&D, which is what, 12%,
something like that. Yeah, and then it's 160%. So it's a huge uplift on your standard damage.
Okay. So we've heard people using varying amounts of cormorants and then just the ratio of armors. I'm being safe and going very vanilla. 2 and 2, and then whatever they prescribe to us. It's I don't know. It feels boring, but I don't feel like as a player that doesn't actually get to with the longer base build times in the ships and everything else that's going on, I don't feel like I have a chance to really figure out the targets, and then the strategy guide doesn't really help afterwards.
Yeah, 2 and 2 just feels very safe. It doesn't feel like you're going to be penalized either way.
Yeah.
Whereas going one of the other ways, you might get slightly better results, but there's a risk that suddenly they up the rocket damage or something like that, and you end up with more explosive damage. So I think 2 and 2 is very safe. And then if we notice that one of the others is performing better, the TLC after the raid, we can almost get the tokens then and refit if we need to.
Well, also you could, because I haven't completely, fit all my ships, so I'm not, I only have a couple ships that I've done. I think 2 ships that I've done 2 and 2. The rest of them don't have armor. But like we've sort of suggested at other times when we don't feel like we know all the answers, and Derpy's provided some great examples in his videos as far as put everything in that you're 90% sure about, and then situate yourself where you have between some combination of specials, weapons, armor, that you have somewhere really close to 24 hours left, and save the hull specific tokens to refit at the last moment.
And I think with the extra week of the FM, people might have the odd 1 or 2 general tokens around as well. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. Just don't rush to finish it. Concentrate maybe on your upgrades.
Yeah, and see where the performance excels.
We've got no idea what the X1 upgrades are yet, do we?
Yeah, we'll get us some drones again. You could add a surface timer.
What would we add a surface timer?
Add a surface timer so you can use gales on your ship now.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, but there's no mortars in the target.
They're going to add them.
Okay, well, I think that's even over the top as far as what they might be capable of.
I'm going to guess it will bring you some survival. Wild guess. And then something else fancy.
Yeah, something that's going to cause people seizures. Because we've added these, the electric spark thing that's going on currently with the. So I'm assuming some sort of countermeasure type of, but that was meant to be what would a Ronin do? What would it be? A rogue samurai, more damage, more, I don't know. Because you all read about the 47/48 samurais. So I don't know or 47/48 Ronins, what they did. I don't know.
What is a Nakiri counter?
What?
I went for a video game reference.
Okay. Yeah, could be evade. It's got to be something spicy, something that's visually appealing to the kids.
Yeah, the 50-year-old kids that are playing Battle Pirates.
I'm wondering if they might slightly increase the firing angle of the built-in shields, because they're both only at 60% at the moment.
Yeah, that makes
they're
sense.
Already pretty high.
They have.
I don't know about that, but
yeah, no, I'm not sure. That's just I'm just thinking they might do 60% each side. Only gives you 120, so there's still quite a bit of room. If they went to 90 each side, gives you 180 in total.
Yeah.
Just a thought. That's all. I don't know. Just speculation.
It's a possibility.
We'll find out Tuesday or Wednesday. Because they normally come in just before the raid, don't they?
Yeah, that the same update the raid's in.
Yeah. So what I've actually done, I've saved 2 or 3 of my upgrade tokens. I've got one of my ships to U3. I'll try and win a couple in pillage next week, and then if the X1 does look very powerful, I will upgrade one of my ships to X1 for the raid. But if not, I'll upgrade the other one to U3. So.
Yeah, in hindsight, I wish I had done that, but I've just got 3 of them at U3, and the 4th one is not even equipped yet. So
yeah, I'm similar. I've got a 4th one, part equipped, but I've got 4 or 5 tokens still to spend as well. So.
I think I'm about to fail on a level 83 base.
Ouch.
Yeah. He's got an Overlord and 3 or 4 Piranhas, so.
For a level 83, that's pretty good going.
Yeah, I think it's someone's mini account, but.
Yeah. Oh, we lost Hefe for a second.
Yeah, well, January contest.
What time? Yeah.
Yeah. Get to write about your experiences playing Battle Pirates, and you have to not make it depressing.
That's assuming you can remember what happened over the last 10 years.
Oh no!
Just make it up, Mike. Just make it up and be creative.
There you go. You could do that. There were some memorable times, though, I guess. Hell Wraiths.
I will never forget Hellrace because
Yeah,
I couldn't refit my ship, so I had to do the whole thing with one ship because it had that the health bug where it shows as 99%, but you need it to be full to do anything.
And you have what about why were your 4 ships not usable? They had the wrong specials on.
No, like all of my cell. Well, I guess I had blanks, but like they just couldn't. Oh god, like I couldn't refit any of them. Like I had, yeah, actually that's true. That is the correct answer. They were
Battle
blank.
Pirates is a highly polished game with no bugs or glitches.
I just kind of remembered like every time you surfaced that damn missile that hit you.
Oh yeah, I remember having to like.
The Hunter Killer Mortar.
That's it. That's it.
Oh god, that thing! I didn't.
That son of a bitch! I tell you, I almost just left at that point. That was stupid.
That was
Unforgettable though.
absolutely.
I'm not sure it was a
Killer
highlight
mortar.
of the game though.
The god cheating mortar.
It's like you surface, you got nailed. Boom. It's like, oh, this is fun.
I remember having to like creep up real close beside the ships, or to avoid a torpedo, I think it was. And if you were an inch off, you took half an hour of damage.
Mm-hmm. And I had to go out and buy a wired mouse and keyboard because it was so touchy that if you had wireless, if you were off just a little bit in timing, you were screwed.
Yeah, it was literally 1 or 2 pixels, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. And I'm telling the truth. I did go out and buy a wired mouse and keyboard. It's nuts. I have since switched back.
I think Megas has been a highlight of the game for me.
Megas. Mine's still at like 330 or something.
Yeah, I haven't used my Maga hole in a few months.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was. Hey guys, remember then they said we'd get like Reaver mega holes and stuff?
Yeah, well, that was that fella left. JD Reichen? Wasn't he the mega guy?
Didn't
Yeah.
Liam do like a 2-hour interview with him talking about Megas and that kind of
Yeah.
Oh, that happened.
Yeah. They had so many plans for it.
Remember when he did that video that was like the very, very first Scourge raid? And he's like, this was
R16.
the R16 that died to the first target midway through. Yeah.
JD, yeah.
Yeah, JD Reichen. Yeah, that was. Well, he was new. It felt like some sort of a frat initiation, more than anything else. What?
The best I could figure, yeah. It was just rude.
Oh, you said that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It felt like, okay, it's a new guy. Let's make him make a complete fool out of himself. I didn't think he was that bad, but what? Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the team.
Mm-hmm. So, is there anything that we ought to show as far as? I think probably everybody's familiar with the targets and bounty at this point. The TLC, you could the high ground, you can auto, as long as you have somewhat decent Everests. So as far as doing anything in the game,
I think even the free fleet doesn't do outrageously in it. It's not going to be instant in the base, but you'll get through it comfortably.
Yeah, so I don't know, not much. It feels like a slow week.
So I noticed the enable flash player button is still available, but if you click on it, it says, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, you get a little banner comes up now.
So I'm guessing you can still go into it at the moment, but
oh yeah, I have. I did that today.
Yeah.
The answer is that in one of the last more recent updates associated with Flash, there was actually like a kill switch put in for January 12th. I'm not sure which time zone or whatnot, and I'm not certain if you change the calendar on your computer. Just take get from 2021 to 2020, that changes things, and eventually is Kickside going to do something to remove that button? Or, if you bookmark, the Flash version versus the HTML version, I'm not sure how that's going to work, but at the end of the day, you're still better off, embracing the overlords, the HTML5 overlords, which I'm not sure that Two Doors has done yet.
Yeah, I have not yet embraced our. I do not yet welcome our new.
Well, you're about 6 months late to the trend.
Oh, I mean, it was just. I mean, playing it on HTML5 was just so much worse for me. That's
When's the last time you tried?
2 years ago.
Before it was invented.
To be fair, I think I have gotten an internet upgrade since then. So
I've not used Flash since October.
Yeah, I should probably be fair to it.
I find it runs pretty smoothly, to be honest. A couple of little visual glitches, but that's about it.
The only thing that seems to crash is when you try and look at your mega and that sort of stuff, which is not very often.
Yeah, I would give it a try, Brian. It's not that bad, and if you do have issues with it, do you run Chrome as your primary browser?
Usually, yeah.
Okay, if you do have problems, Opera GX is another Chromium-based browser that does at times perform better. I would recommend everybody gets a copy on there and have your login for if you access the game through Kickside or Facebook or whatnot. So you could switch over and see which one performs better. But at times, Opera GX outshines Chrome.
Agreed.
Those are the main two that I've gone back and forth with. So I would do that as a backup measure, because you're sort of running out of time here as far as continuing.
That's fair.
So
I went back and looked at 2 old videos. I looked at the old ones of 2017 hulls at some builds, and there was no stat block there for the critical chance damage on those as well. So
I think
it wasn't there before.
Critical chance is there, right? It's critical damage.
Damage is not.
Damage wasn't there. Yeah, the damage wasn't there. The chance is still there. I went right back to some really, really early subs as well, and no, there was nothing on any of them. So not for damage.
Okay.
Only percentage.
Did you see the video I sent you?
Oh, let me just log in Facebook. I'll have a little look.
Okay. No, it was the video I sent you was in regards to the performance of the Cormorant. As you'll go through the video, you'll see that the side shields work really, really well. But, when he sort of screws up, the Cormorants work really, really well as well. And this is something I don't expect to continue, but it's,
So that was with the Hyper 30 build, yeah?
Yeah.
So have we seen a video of how the Cormorants perform with the alternative build? Because I think we're saying the only difference really is the projectile speed, isn't it? Because the other stats shouldn't affect the Cormorants at all.
Correct.
Yeah. So
as long as you're fast enough to avoid those dumbfire torpedoes. Well, they're not really dumbfire, but they have a set pattern, don't they? This whirl around them blocks. As long as you can get around those things, I think you'd be all right, to be honest. It's just.
And the dumbfires do what kind of damage? Are they explosive?
Yeah, it's explosive. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you watch through the video, you see he doesn't take any concussive damage. So it's. I don't know. I feel bad talking about it because I feel like they're going to change it in some way.
They're not going to allow you not to take concussive damage, because that just won't.
Yeah.
Predominantly, that's the predominant damage type in these skirmish targets. So it's normally a 2-to-1 ratio, isn't it?
Yeah, but the I would have thought though the almost guaranteed damage is from the rockets because you can't shoot them down. So maybe they're happy for you not taking much concussive damage if you drive well, because you've always got to take a little bit of explosive damage from the rockets.
I think the old days of driving well in any target doesn't matter anymore. I think those days are gone. I think you take damage whether you like it or not. There's always damage nowadays.
Oh, it sounds like me.
No, there is though. The last 2.5 years, it's been like that. You know, it's guaranteed damage no matter what you do, no matter what build it is. Even if you're getting ahead of everybody else, you're always taking damage. There's no skilled driving bonus anymore.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of how much you take. The last 2 raids have actually been quite good. That if you drive reasonably well, you don't get too much at all. Whereas sort of 3 or 4 cycles ago, even driving well, you were getting 30-40 minutes worth of damage.
So it's interesting that he was paralleling. I mean, I'm talking about a video that's not even up on the screen, but he was paralleling the Proton M then, and actually most of the rocket fire was I wouldn't say he was outrunning it, but there was still some, obviously, because it has a spread effect. There was still some that basically was hitting his Ronins whether he liked it or not. So
yeah,
it's guaranteed damage no matter what.
And the Hyper 30 would obviously help that as well, because it's got the plus 30% combat speed, so that's even quicker than the.
It will, yeah. But if you let's wait and see what the damage. See how much damage you get from those rockets, and then work out whether it's better just to go straight into the proto and just kill it straight off, isn't rather than trying to dance.
My assumption of what they're doing, if I was guessing, I'd say explosive damage is going to be small amount guaranteed every time, and concussive you could avoid the vast majority of with skillful driving.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably which will then obviously punish you if you're going to get auto things, because obviously you're going to take all the explosive.
Yeah,
which would be about right.
And they want,
So the side shields were probably their main intention.
My concern with this one now is obviously with using the evade crew is you're going to be turning too fast, and you're going to be because so the angle of the side shields are actually quite a narrow angle. It's not. You end up turning and then turning back and making a mistake and you're overturning. In other words, overcompensating. There's a term. And then trying to go back on yourself.
Did you buy
that? Yeah, it's just. It's interesting because 1, 2, 3. So 3 ships attacking at a different time. They've got set patterns. One comes in at 90 degrees. One goes around the back of you and starts then. Yeah. So I'm looking at this here. Unless you got as maximum firepower as possible, and I don't know how quick these ships are going to die because these aren't fully ranked on this video, are they? So if you're not managed to kill these ships off pretty quick, then obviously the second one's already going to come in and start hitting you while you're still killing the first one.
The main reason I sent you that is because you see at times he messes up and he's not getting the side shields involved, and the comrades are still blowing everything up.
I wouldn't say they're blowing 100% of it up though, because he's definitely taking some incoming projectile damage. Torque damage.
Okay, you got to the end of the video where he shows
I'm in the last little bit now, so. The last 20 seconds.
Okay, so that's my question associated with this whole thing is like, what are we going to,
So he took 1% concussive, but that was basically there was one ship that came into the rear, and it looked like all his cormorants were firing at the one that was on the 90 degree, inside the zone, and the other ship snuck in around the back and took him and got a few pot shots off, like.
So day 1 of the raid, TSM's going to refit, sneak around the back of the ships, and just blast him.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You know me. And that's why I've only put, I haven't put all the cormorants on yet. I'm just deciding what to do yet. I haven't made my mind up yet.
Okay.
But we'll see. I mean, it'll be a quick change. I've got plenty of build tokens for ships anyway at the moment. So.
Okay. Is there anything else we should discuss as far as,
No, it's a pretty mellow week.
Yeah. I mean, we could bring up the that nobody really, besides a lot of people, don't want to grind out to get the armors.
I did. I must admit, I did it. So
yeah, but it's sort of
I mean, if you're going
grind.
to focus on anyway, focus on the concussive one, and then focus on obviously either the explosive or I mean,
I
people
gotta
aren't really.
disagree with you there. I think if you're driving most of the targets, you should focus on the driving most of the targets. I think you should load up more explosive.
Well, no, so I'm talking about the new armors for defense in
Oh,
Bound
we're talking about the different thing. Yeah.
Sorry, the
Concussive is
defender.
good. Yeah.
I mean, the defender armor. Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's anything to go for, I would go for the concussive one first, personally, and then probably because if anybody's going to hit you with trenches, they've got to actually get the darn things in, and trenches aren't doing, even at U2, trenches aren't doing very well at the moment. Some people are managing to do okay with them, but but at long range, obviously, penetrative, because the little missiles they fire out, they're quite painful, aren't they still? But yeah, there's only 3 armors you need to worry about at the moment. And that's the concussive one, the ballistic one, and probably the explosive one. And if you want to get
do you think because you're getting the concussive because of the harrower, right? Do you think that armor is actually, if somebody's using a harrower to take out your ships, does it even matter?
No, it's not so much for the harrower. It's for
not for the harrower. Warhounds, yeah. The harrowers doesn't bother me at all. I don't have a problem with harriers. I built my base to stop them.
Okay, very good. No, I just wanted to clarify that as far as warhounds. They're both doing concussive damage. So
It's the warhounds the real annoyance, I think, to be honest, and they are still the number one. To me, they're the number one fleet still in the game.
Okay.
Although a couple of funky players out there. I saw Venom he showed me a video the other day. He was still using the old T8 hulls and smashing up some people's bases, because people have decided to obviously reduce their outer perimeter by exceedingly more than they should have done, maybe. So he was sniping them from all different angles, which was quite amusing.
Yeah, he likes to do stuff just to piss people off rather than actually winning, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But it is funny.
It's funny, but I'm just saying, as far as his, he would rather. I don't know. I guess he's not here, so I don't want to talk about. But I did see that he likes to. He more likely to upset people as opposed to.
Absolutely. Well, he's a PvP player and nothing but, isn't it? So if you're in those alliances and you do PvP, and he doesn't even have PvE hulls, for God's sake. So I don't know how you could achieve anything in the game without that, but they enjoy themselves, and that's what it's all about, entertainment, isn't it? So that's what they like.
All right. So I'll post the link in case anybody wants. Whoops, wrong link. But I didn't put it out there yet. But in case anybody would like to join the after show, and we will see you. Further into the new year when everything is going to be fixed across the world. Since it's 2021. And thanks everybody for showing up. And if you want to talk to us in the after show, the link is there. And thanks for showing up. And we'll be back on Wednesday when I don't know. We're talking about pillage. I like the pillage weeks.
We see the flagship as well, so that'd be good.
Yeah. I wish they had they combined this update with the next update so we could see what the pillage looked like early.
Expectation management, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. All right. I'm going to throw in a last question by Ninja Penguin. Does the res cap work on tier 9 hulls?
Well, if you have something to trigger them, like the Overlord to trigger on Piranhas, then yes. If you don't, then no.
Unless he's seen something that, Ninja, need to respond to that as far as in case there's something that shows that even if you have a friendly or hostile aura that's supposed to trigger it, it's not working because it's, combat speed, damage. What else is in the res cap?
I've not seen anybody use res cap for a long time.
I use it on piranhas. I have the fastest piranhas in the game.
Yeah, as long as you have the Overlord, right?
Yeah, as long as that's alive.
Yeah. No, I have res cap on mine. Damage is not improved. Yeah, using the Piranha, but the Piranha's not there to do damage.
It's there to be annoying.
Oh, yeah.
It's just there to be annoying, and it is annoying.
Yeah. It's meant to. Every hit is providing
Debuff, yeah.
changes to the deflection of the attacking ships. So it's not, if you go from like minimal damage and then multiply it by 30%, it's still minimal damage. So maybe that's
there's
the issue.
There's nothing that triggers the Overlord. There's what aura do you have that's affecting the Overlord? I don't think that there is one that you would be using. You have to have an aura to trigger the resonance capacitor, whatever it is. And if you don't have one, it's not going to work.
Nothing's going to do it.
Yeah, he's using it on the Overlord, so it's self-activating, right? So
no, it's not. I don't think so.
Well,
it might be, but I don't. Okay. If you have navigation array on another thing, then yes, that would do it. But I don't know what you're using. Yeah, navigation array should trigger it on friendly holes within range.
But doesn't the Overlord carrier have a friendly field?
It has an effect to piranhas. I don't think it has a friendly field.
It's not got it's no range on it. I'm just looking at it now. I'm just looking at the blueprint. It just says duplicate aura cap 1. Bonus effect applies to each piranha in the fleet. And it basically says ballistic deflection, blah, 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 and all that sort of stuff.
And so that will only help out with piranhas because it only affects those, not anything else. But if you have navigation...
I'm sorry. You're completely right. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, because it only... it's... That aura only applies to piranhas. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Alrighty. So it just seems like the damage has increased and should... Yeah, I'm not certain. So, alrighty. Well, I guess we will. We'll talk to you all on Wednesday, and thanks for showing up. Links on the right-hand side, and hope you all have a better 2021 than you had a better than 2020. So, take care, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
Take it easy.
Later, people.